What's your chief concern, particularly bearing in mind that this company is given a legally binding agreement that there won't be any job losses?
Well, if only that were true. In fact, Pfizer have written a letter to the Prime Minister, David Cameron, which is a little like Swiss cheese, i.e. it's full of holes. And there is an escape clause which says, we're giving you these commitments, Prime Minister, unless circumstances change. Well, frankly, you wouldn't buy a second-hand car on that basis, let alone a £63 billion pharmaceutical.
How many jobs do you think might go?
I've no idea, but Pfizer's track record in that respect is a very poor one. The previous takeovers have really been nothing short of sort of sophisticated asset stripping. So we are very concerned about the future should AstraZeneca fall into the hands of Pfizer.
And what about their claim? I mean, they say they're going to create a scientific powerhouse. They think that this is the way forward.
Bluntly, they would say that, wouldn't they? They said something very similar when they bought a Swedish pharmaceutical company. And only last week, the Swedish, I think he's equivalent to the Swedish Chancellor of the Exchequer, was saying that in the event, their assurances as to the future of that particular research and development facility proved to be absolutely worthless.
Yeah, you're quoted as saying, or union leaders are quoted as saying they want Vince Cable to try to block the deal. But can he do that? Isn't it ultimately up to the shareholders what happens to this company?
Well, we believe that the government has residual powers. Primarily, of course, the decision is one for the shareholders, but we believe the government has sufficient residual powers at its disposal to intervene in the public interest to block this acquisition, should they believe it to be against the public interest. There's powers under the I believe it's the 1975 Industry Act, which could be used, and we would be pressing Vince Cable to do exactly that.
And you're going to be speaking later today at this committee meeting. So for you, what are the key bits that you want to get across? You know, I know you've talked about the job losses, but what's your concerns?
Well, the other concerns are that the future of the UK's economy is supposed to be heavily based on science-led developments and improvements and productivity. Our economy is at the forefront of the biomedical field, and we're very concerned that Pfizer simply want what they perceive to be the good bits of AstraZeneca, and they will behave in the UK, should they acquire AstraZeneca, in the way that they behaved elsewhere, and that will be to the detriment of the UK economy.